gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Yo,
You here?
you hear me?
Yeah.
All right, welcome back to another night of Island Boys Football Talk. We're happy to be back to do our Week 4 preview show. We have on deck Jizzle representing the Philadelphia Eagles, and I'm Streeter representing the Carolina Panthers. We won't have Shane for the next few weeks. He's away on work. Nevertheless, we'll talk some Eagles football, Panthers football, and in Shane's absence, a little bit of 49ers football as well. But like I said, we're doing our Week 4 preview, which is Eagles versus Buccaneers and Panthers versus Bengals. Of course, we're streaming live off our YouTube platform at Island Boys Football Talk. You can always like and subscribe. You can watch this show, previous shows. Nevertheless, show your love and support by liking and subscribing to our page. We also have a Facebook page and Twitter page. So, up to date with all that we have, hit that like and subscribe button. Well, today's our preview show. Won't be a long show, a very short show, but we're gonna discuss what do we expect from the Eagles and against the Buccaneers and the Panthers against the Bengals. Jizzle, you wanna start it off with the Eagles?
Yes, I don't know. So as for the Week 4 matchup for the Eagles against the Buccaneers, I think this is probably I want to say the fourth time in 3 years we faced the Buccaneers. Faced them, I think in 2021 when Jalen first got his first start as a starter for the whole season. We faced them in we faced them last year. And we faced them last year again in the playoffs too as well. And we faced them again this year again. So it's a pretty much a familiar opponent. This should be a Jalen Hurts game. We need one of those Jalen Hurts games. We need a game where your $50 million quarterback goes in and wins you a game. Whether you're using his legs and using his arm. There won't be his favorite target, AJ Brown. There won't be his second favorite target in Devontae Smith. So this is a chance for Jalen Hurts to show that he can play without his top two targets. He's still gonna have Dallas Goedert, still gonna have Saquon Barkley, he's gonna have Paris Campbell, he's gonna have Johnny Wilson. He won't have Britton Covey, he's out for the season. And he's gonna have Jahan Dotson too as well. I'm expecting Kellen Moore to come up with a good offensive game plan. I would like to see him use Saquon Barkley in the passing game too, not just in the run game. I think last week the Bucs gave up 150 rushing yards to the Buccaneers. They have a lot of injuries in that on that defense. I think Vita Vea He's going to be out for that game. Irving, the running back, he has a hamstring injury. He's going to be out. Wide receiver Johnson, he's going to be out. The tight end ankle, he's questionable. The tackle, he's questionable. Vita Vea, the top defensive tackle, is questionable too as well. The receiver McMillan, he's questionable. And the safety Winfield, he's out with a foot injury, and another defensive lineman again, he's out with a calf injury. So they got a lot of issues on that defensive line and some on offense, a lot of injuries. So we should be able to find a way to take advantage of that defense. I mean, even though Todd Bowles, he's gonna try to send a whole lot of blitz. They're gonna stack the box, try to limit Saquon Barkley in the rush game. I think you should still focus on the run game with Saquon because he will break a few without Vita Vea being there. As for the blitz, Jalen Hurts has shown in the past 3 weeks that he's improved from last year with the blitz with Kellen Moore as the offensive coordinator. So the offense should be a lot better this week, being that they were able to prepare a game plan, knowing that they won't have Devontae Smith and they won't have AJ Brown. So I'm expecting a much better game plan with Kellen Moore this week. As for the defense, hopefully Vic Fangio can continue what he did last week against the Saints, bringing that same stiff defensive mentality, bringing that same five-man front, showing different looks, being aggressive at times, playing press coverage, not sitting back and just playing soft zone coverage. Bringing Zach Bond on the blitz, bringing the Kobe Dean on the blitz. Hopefully, we can get some more fire from Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis. Hopefully, that game wasn't just a fluke game. Hopefully, this is something that Jalen Carter could show. Hopefully, he can be that dominant defensive tackle. We know that if Jalen Carter continues to play like this, he'll be one of the best defensive tackles in the league. We need to see that. If he dominates this game like he dominated last week, the Eagles will win this game again. That the Buccaneers offensive line last week gave up 7 sacks to the Broncos. 7 sacks. So I'm expecting Jalen Carter to have a big game. I'm expecting Jordan Davis to have a big game. I'm expecting Josh Sweat to have a big game. I'm expecting Brandon Graham to have a big game. As for Bryce Huff, I don't know.
I saw him take down everything all Eagles content after against him.
We'll see. I mean, he's gonna be going up against a backup right tackle, I think.
You saw that? You saw that he took down everything?
Yeah. He's gonna go against a backup right tackle. So I mean he should be able to take advantage of a few things. I mean, you can't have a backup tight end blocking you, pushing you out of the way. But again, we shall see. Quinyon Mitchell will continue to get better. He's looking good for the past 3 weeks. He's going to be going up against 2 very good wide receivers in Mike Evans and Chris Godwin. So it's going to be a little challenge, but I think he'll be able to hold up. As for Slay and Cooper DeJean and also the safeties Chauncey Gardner-Johnson and Reed Blankenship. So but I see the Eagles winning this game 24-14.
So who on the offensive side of the ball, who you looking to step up? Who you think gonna make that big jump to step up in the absence of Brown and Smith?
Jahan Dotson. He's been in the offense for about 2 months now. It's about time that Kellen Moore use him. I think he can have a big game. I think what the Buccaneers gonna do, they're gonna put a lot of focus on Saquon and Dallas Goedert. So Jahan Dotson should be able to get open and make a good bit of big plays.
So essentially, he's wide receiver one for this game.
Right, exactly. He's wide receiver one. Paris Campbell's probably going to be wide receiver two, and Johnny Wilson's probably going to be wide receiver three.
I think you guys need to go run heavy, and then it opens up play action.
Yeah, they gotta do like what I've been saying from the beginning of the season. Make Saquon Barkley the focal point of that offense, not just in the run game, but in the passing game too as well. I want to see more of the running backs in the passing game, like he used them in week one against Green Bay. I love that we wrote to Saquon in the end zone with Jalen Hurts to that a perfect pass for a touchdown. I want to see more of that motion to running backs, motion Shipley or even Gainwell, and then after Saquon Barkley leaking up for a wheel route, and then after streaking on the field. I want to see more of that.
I just don't want what he name Jalen Hurts to get too think that he got to run and make every play.
You don't have to do it.
That's
Yes,
that way he kind of falls in trouble at times.
Kellen Moore has done a good job in scheming the players open. Whether it's Jahan Dotson, Dallas Goddard, even the running backs too at times. Jalen Hurts has to see it. He can't just sit there and focus on one target. Take what the defense is giving you. If the check down is open, take the check down. Lift the play another down. Don't try to take the big. Don't try to push for the big play. Lift the play another down. He can't go into this game throwing two and three interceptions. Can't. Got to get better in the turnover in the turnover department. I think right now he's since 2022, since the Super Bowl, he has had 26 turnovers. Leading 26 turnovers. He has to get better. This team will not continue to win if he keeps turning the football over.
So how much? Give me how much times you'd like to see? How much passes you'd like to see Hurts have like by the end of the game?
End of the game,
Mm-hmm.
35 to 40. 35 to 40. 35 to 40. About that.
Guys, I know that the Buccaneers coming off I would say a disappointing loss against the Broncos. Probably just thought it was a walkover.
Right. But they got a lot of injuries
Broncos
too. And
steamroll them.
defense too and offense. So we should be
Yeah,
able
but
to take advantage of that.
having like everyone's Godwin and them
Right.
fellas, there's no way you should have the Broncos holding you to us like that. But I think they know they have to. It's kind of a have that should win. They want to win this game, and then you kind of gotta just do your part. Now you lose your number one and number two receiver. There's pros, pro bowlers.
Right.
Somebody gotta take that next step. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
Dotson, former first round pick. I don't know how much Campbell could do. John Wilson's still a rookie. If the Buccaneers should have a plan against shadowing Dallas, but that especially seeing what he do last week. And then Saquon, find Saquon. What Horse needs to do is to make the easy throws, pick up 4 or 5 yards, and then you're always on second and four, third and four, and them stuff. You don't want to go back third and 10,
Positive
and then
yardage.
expect somebody gonna make a play for you. You
Right.
should always be about third and four. Third and four, you still the defense still gotta respect you that you can run it. You don't want to be. That's the thing. Positive yards and first down, so that you second and six and them kind of stuff. You don't want to be first and second and 10. So hopefully the Eagles' plan offense is well executed. I think on the defensive side, like you say, they had a real good game last week.
Last week. Very good
They,
game plan too.
they brought Derek Carr back to earth and the Saints. Now you're going up against Mike Evans, Godwin. Those guys are pro bowlers for a reason. I know Baker had a bad game last week, but he's been playing good before that, so I expect it to be a close game. Yeah, I do expect it to be a close game, but we'll see. I mean, we'll see how it turns out. Like you said,
This got to be a Jalen Hurts game. You are a $50 million quarterback. I mean, you should be able to go into a game without your top two targets and win a game. I've seen Donovan McNabb do it. I've seen Carson Wentz do it. Jalen Hurts got to do it. I see Carson Wentz do it with a bunch of scrubs. Win 4 games with a bunch of scrubs. Win 4 games with I think it was 2019. Yeah, when he won 4 games to win the division at the end of the season with Deontay Bonnet,
mm-hmm.
practice squad player, Greg Ward, practice squad player, JJ Arcega Whiteside, a draft bus, and he was able to win 4 games with a bunch of practice squad players. We've seen Donovan McNabb win games with a bunch of trash wide receivers, with the James Trash, the Todd Pinkston, the Freddie Mitchells. So Jalen Hurts got to show us that he could win a game with below average and mediocre wide receivers. Yep. You got to show us. You got paid $50 million for a reason. So this should be a Jalen Hurts game.
Well, we'll see, because like you say, you got him winning. I got him losing. Not by much. It's just I just don't know what to expect from Hurts without the top two receivers.
He got to give us something. He has to.
Right. That's my thing.
You can't go there and for what he's getting paid. You gotta go there and perform.
And
this is the reason why you got paid.
My thing about last week was, I think the Saints do everything in them hard to keep Aya right there next to the game. The Saints gonna blow that game out.
Yeah, but we outgained them in the yardage aspects. It's just that we wasn't.
Yeah, but still, the Saints had every opportunity to go up.
But they had every
If you watch the game, the Saints had every opportunity to stretch the game from Ollie. The game should have been by a good little lead by Ollie. The Saints just push the foot all the time and keep eye on the game. And then what happened? The playmakers for the Eagles show. Goddard show out, and then Saquon show. The Saints do everything in them. I ain't taking away from you guys. The defense play good, but the Saints do everything to just keep you hanging around. You don't let teams hang around. You stick it to them. That's what had led the game with the Panthers last week. We didn't try to let the Raiders come back the thing. You stick it to them. You put your foot down and you keep it seeing. That first about quarter and a half, they could have had 21 points. And they could have been 21-3 or 21-0.
Could have been.
Saints just push the foot. Credit to the defense, but if you really watch the game, you would have seen the Saints because at all of you guys wasn't doing nothing on offense. Saints are getting some good plays and everything, right? The Saints are getting some good plays moving the ball. It's just
that when they got in the red zone, they couldn't come forward.
They couldn't do nothing. Exactly.
That was it.
You let a team hang around, what gonna happen? Once they catch them stride, that was it. So we'll see what happens this guy. Like I said, I expect it to be a close game, a harder game. I just got it, Buccaneers inching it because you guys don't have that top two receiver. I need to see which receiver gonna get a catch. That's just my thing. Like John Ross, he's a speeder, but Ross ain't been up in the NFL. Exactly. Paris Campbell has been a good number 4 receiver, complimentary. Right. Dotson is the one that I think need to step up, but I got to see it on a 3rd and 10 when Saquon got a block for a blitz in the double cover. Dallas, who gonna step up and make that catch? That's what I just a little concerned about. That's just me, but I just concerned about that piece there. So
again, this is where Jalen Hurts got to answer the call. This is where he has to answer the call. I'm not making any excuses for Jalen Hurts anymore. Exactly. You are a $250 million quarterback. You got to perform now. This is where you make your money. This is where you make your money. It's games like this. If you want to be considered a top 10, top 5 quarterback, this is where you make your money.
So we're gonna see. Like I said, it should be a good game. These teams played each other quite a bit. Well, as Jesus say, this is where Hart has to earn his 50 million a year type salary in times like this. So we'll see what happens. But I got them losing close. Jesus still got them winning. So on Tuesday we'll dive back and see how that game played out. All right, on to the Panthers game. Again, long week with the benching of Bryce Young. Dalton came in and proved Canales' point. His offense was working, but the quarterback could not make the plays. Dalton, a veteran who played at a very high level, understood what he was supposed to do, and he stuck it to a Raiders defense that was a good defense, and we steamrolled those guys. Now the thing about it is we playing a desperate Bengals team. The Bengals are 0-3, and they cannot go on for. You go on for basically a season done right now the way the NFL is.
Hmm.
So they're playing out of desperation. The thing is, you don't want to play around with a desperate team.
Yep.
That's what happens. You give the desperate team a little hope, the game could be over from early. Especially when you got Al Pro Jamar Chase and T. Higgins that could go loose at any time and Al Pro and Joe Burrow. You have to continue to play effective football. We are battling a few injuries, of course. Adam Thielen was out after that electric play he had right down the field. He's so slow and old. He tear his hamstring. I don't know what they got him running a seam for, but he pulled his hamstring. He's on IR. This is a perfect opportunity for your first round pick Xavier Leggett and last year's second round pick Jonathan Mingo to step up. I think we have David Moore as well. And my partner from Holy Cross, Jalen Coker, is finally on the 53-man roster. I hope he gets some playing time. I'm real high on Jalen Coker. But again, you see what happens now? You got Deontay Johnson, who they're gonna pay close attention to and force Mingo, like get David Moore and Coker to beat you. I think the Titans are gonna be heavily used. Tommy Tremble and Jatavian Sanders. I think those guys are gonna be used a lot in this game. Damian Lewis, our left guard, he tore his UCL. He's not on IR. He says he's gonna battle through. If it was a throwing motion, he would have to be out for the season, but he can still push and block. But he is out. So we got Chandler Zavala, last year's fourth round pick, who was horrendous last year, but they said he showed some massive improvement this year. So the good thing with that is he and Ike Kwano played together at NC State, but I'm a little worried on the left side of the line. But we caught a little break because the Bengals, the starting defensive tackle Sheldon Rankins and BJ Hill, are both out. So you're basically playing second string defensive tackles against a line that has played very good. Robert Hunt, he injured his hip in practice and he's questionable. I hope that he plays. If not, really Christensen will come. I don't want to go back to that whole guards thing. The reason we pay these guards to help. No, Damon Lewis is out for the game, and I don't want to afford to lose Robert Hunt. If we do, these guys got to step up. But if we have Robert Hunt, it'll be good. But you got to run the ball. Chuba Howard had a fantastic game last week. You have to be effective with a run, make the game easy for Dalton. Now you got some film on Dalton and Canales' defense. We're gonna have to play complementary football, help with those guys because it's gonna be like I said, the Bengals know that they cannot go 0-4. They're gonna be desperate. So on offense, we have to do what we did last week. Continue to run the ball effectively. Same thing I was telling KJ about the Eagles. You have to get positive plays on first down. Put yourself in winnable situations, third and four. That's a winnable situation. You don't want to be third and 10. Positive yardage on first down. I love Canales' play calling last week. I love how we executed, but losing Thielen is actually big for a 34-year-old. You would think, oh, he's 34, but he does a lot in the slot to help.
He's crafty.
Yeah, so losing Thielen hurts a lot. But like I said, this is now the time that your first round pick Leggett can step up and last year's second round pick, Mingo, can step up. Those guys need to step up. You have to play. If we can win this game, we're right back in the NFC. So this is a big game for us. Because everyone in the NFC South lost last week when we are the only ones win. So when we thought everybody was going to be 0-3, 0-4 for the Panthers, and they got, we're 1-2 and they're 2-2. If we can come up with this 2-2, we right there. So we have to play on defense again. Their running game isn't as big, but they have two all-pro receivers, Jamar Chase and T. Higgins. I think T. Higgins is not 100%, and Jamar Chase had a slow start because of the contract, but he can go after any time. I like that JC Han is there, Mike Jackson is there. We have to not let Joe Burrow get into rhythm and start to tread us. One thing that's always been a weakness for the Bengals has been the offensive line. We have to put pressure on that line. I mean, if we had Derek Brown, I'd feel a lot better. Not having Derek Brown is a big thing because I like Jaden Peavy. He's a rookie though, but he's stepping up. Clowney, those guys played better last week. We have to continue to put pressure on Burrow. Get off the field on third downs. That's our biggest thing. We have to get off the field on third downs. I don't want the Panthers to take this game too lightly. Like I said, there's nothing worse than playing a desperate team. A desperate team could can embarrass you in a blink of an eye. Plus, when your team has all pros, as in Burrow, in Chase, you better be on your you don't want to get embarrassed. And again, we're playing at home. I don't know how the conditions are because we just had Hurricane Helene. So I don't actually know how the conditions are. They say it should be a Sunday game tomorrow. But I know with all that rain and everything that do the Carolinas and Georgia and them, I don't really know how the field is gonna be or how it is. But I'm expecting a big crowd. I think the whole Panther Nation fun had some hope again after last week's thing. It was a more vibrant atmosphere. So we gotta take this momentum and continue. One of the analysts said at this point right now, based on how a lot of quarterbacks are playing, Dalton is still a top 20 quarterback, which I can agree. He's not top 10, he'll be above 19, 20. But he is still a viable option to lead a team to a playoffs. Once the team is good, this team is built. The way the team is built to compete with some young players to develop. That's the way the team is. You have a lot of veterans. The team is built to compete. So we have to, from a perspective of be playing essential football, do the stuff that we require to. I do think Chuba Howard should have a big game again. I do think the players can step up, but I cannot stress how important it is to take this game lately. The Bengals got some bad luck. The Bengals they lost to the Chiefs when they could have won. They won for that pass interference. They played the
Mhm.
Chiefs really well. They played the Commanders last week. There, the Commanders, Jim Daniels just looked awesome and thing, and then I think they lost the first game to the Patriots, which no one expected. So with everything that's going on with them, this is our time to put our foot on them and kick them while they're down. But again, Jamar Chase should be more in stride now because that was like his preseason. T. Higgins should be getting better now. Um, I don't know much about the team outside of them. I know they got Cam Taylor Britt who keeps talking, and then he always on a highlight reel. He had one good one hand interception, but then rode him after that. But again, this is a winnable game. This is a winnable game for the Panthers.
Which one of your wide receivers you think is gonna make the biggest impact in that game?
I think the get is going to step up. Depend how we use him, but I do believe he can be the one. It's Mingo. To be honest, I really don't know how to explain Mingo. Mingo would just make you take a belt and just run him all over the field.
I thought he was AJ Brown number two, 2.0.
Ah, Mingo does look like AJ Brown, and then as soon as he catch him, he does look like I don't know what Brown he is. I just want to beat Mingo with a spoon sometimes. But I think like get can be that player to take that step. Again, Jalen Coker, because he's undrafted and he's a rookie, he's very crafty. I do see him can contribute. But what I'm seeing is that I would put Leggett, who's a big mismatch in the slot. He's a mismatch in the slot.
He big, he like 221.
Yeah,
It's a big dude.
it's huge. Also, Mingo walked a lot at Ole Miss in the slot. He wasn't outside, he was in the slot. So we do have person that can play in the slot. It's whether or not you can be like that Adam Thielen. Adam Thielen knew how to find the holes. He's a crafted veteran. Never uses speed, he uses technique. It's road running. And you know they're gonna put more attention on Deontay Johnson after last week. No Adam Thielen, we're not gonna leave Deontay Johnson beat us. So we have to execute. That's why I don't wanna see us. I don't wanna see us on
You think
third and
Andy
long.
Dalton gonna try too hard being that he going against
I don't think.
the
I
old
think
team?
that ship sail about revenge game because
Right.
he just come out. He remember he been on the Cowboys, he been on the Bills, he been on the Saints. I don't think this his first game against the Bengals. I honestly I don't know. But it's too far out for him to think about revenge game. You can understand if you're like couple years removed and
Yeah.
this what you think. But you had the Saints, you are on the Bill. At this point in the Dalton career, he know what it is. He know revenge game. He just according to Andy Dalton, he's just happy that he's playing. He thought like at this point in his career, he was just like a mentor to Bryce Young. He wouldn't get to play again. He just happy for the opportunity to be on the field again, like one last time and those kind of stuff. And what Canales' system needs, he needs a quarterback that can get the ball to his receivers. That's why remember we were talking. I don't like the
One that
running.
can execute efficiently.
Yeah, I don't like
Yeah,
the running quarterback. They can't get the ball to the receiver.
exactly.
Cannot. You know why Baker was so good last time? 'Cause he wasn't running. He got the ball to the receiver. When Geno Smith started starting the bus off and run and get the ball to the receiver, he was better. That's why it was think. Bryce Young couldn't do that because he was always thinking about moving out of the pocket. But Dalton can get the ball to the receiver. So honestly, I don't want to say. I actually think we're gonna lose 24-21. I have us taking an L just because I don't think that the Panthers don't understand how desperate our team the Bengals is
Yeah, the
with.
Bengals, yeah, desperation and setting.
That's why I think it should be close, but we lose because the Panthers haven't been in these type of situations in a long, long time. How the team will respond, I'm a little concerned. And like if I had Thielen, I was putting them over the top. I'm worried that losing Thielen is way bigger than a lot of persons kind of understand. Losing he's a safety blanket. You know how a Titan is a safety blanket.
Yeah, he's
Thielen
just
is
something
their
black.
safety blanket. So I'm a little worried about who steps up. I think we'll lose 24-21. That's just me saying that. I just don't understand. I hope we win, and I hope they do prove me wrong so I can come Tuesday and see. I apologize because I was wrong, but I just don't know if the Panthers understand how a desperate team operates, if you understand what I mean. When a team is desperate, it's just desperate. You gotta play. I think Dalton can still keep them in check, but I gotta see. So I still got them losing 24-21. I don't like to say that no fans will bash what I say, but I you ask me to be honest, that's my honest answer. So I think 24-21. All right, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. I think both games are 1 o'clock, right? Your game is 1 o'clock.
1 o'clock, yeah.
All right, so both games are at 1 o'clock. I'm not gonna go through the 49ers game, but I do believe that they should beat the Patriots. But obviously,
They
yeah,
should.
you don't know what with
Debo,
these
I think
Niners.
Debo is back, right?
I ain't too sure. I don't know, but
They should. They should win.
it's the same thing. The Bengals should have beat the Patriots, but you see what happened.
That's
But
true.
the Niners have a way better defense, so I just don't think they'll beat the Patriots right now. But we'll see. But tomorrow, all the games kick off again. We got all our games for 1 o'clock, 4 o'clock end of the night, and then you got two Monday night games. And we'll be back on Tuesday to discuss how week 4 went down. So we'll see how it is. We hope everyone enjoys their football Sunday. I know me just will be here watching the games, our games, and then the rest of the games. So Good luck to all teams. But that's it from us. We're gonna catch you guys back on Tuesday. Don't forget, like and subscribe to the page. Show your support, and you can always check out all the latest content on our game. So with that, see you guys on Tuesday. But we're out.
Peace.
Peace.